Juegan por la banda. La juega en largo. Oportunidad de gol. Ha entrado. Gol.
Pero qué golazo, qué pedazo de gol, impresionante. Vaya golazo.
E aí, meus amigos, beleza? Okay, so this is just going to be a walkthrough of the installation process for the EMERSON PEREIRA V7, which is his latest option file, which is for the new DLC 6. I'm going to be covering the initial process of deleting the old option file in case you have it installed, then deleting it manually, also some leftover files in the save data, and then creating the new edit data, and then of course installing the full option file. So just a quick word on the work itself that Emerson and his team has done. It's absolutely incredible. You know, I've seen a lot of option files out there, but truly, you know, and this is free as well, which is the biggest thing. They don't ask for anything. They put in so much work, dedication. So yeah, you know, I truly believe, with all things considered, that this is the best option file. They have so much in-depth detail through the South American teams as well, which is really incredible. And I do suggest, genuinely, if you have some time and you want to broaden your horizons, you give this a go, because this will open your eyes to a world outside of our domestic or European leagues. And they also have he has a separate Legends option file, which have all the Pele, Luis Ronaldo, everything, Zico. So I'll also be doing a tutorial on that, because that's very, very popular in Brazil, of course. Also, you will see in the video description a link to a video which is actually me doing a voiceover of his video, which he uploaded, which was in complete Portuguese. So the purpose for that is really that's extremely in depth what he's done, because in the option file, the beauty is there's so many varieties that you can have. You can have MLS, the Mexican League, Peru, Uruguay, Qatar, UAE, Japan. So there's a huge variety of options. So I did a voiceover of that, so you can see that in the description, and then that will give you a broader overlook of the entire option file. But as I did recommend in that video, that I strongly suggest, if English is your first language, you sit and you watch through this process first, because it will make understanding that video a lot easier, as that's a lot more complicated. Because in this instance, even though there is the huge options that I could have chosen, I've gone with the Japanese J League, and I've gone with the Uruguayan League. So there isn't a variety of options and choices that you're going to see in my video. You're just now going to see what I've installed on my PlayStation 4, and that specific, you can say, layout of the option file. So it's just very important that people understand that. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. So initially, what we want to do is we want to head into the edit section of PES, and then we want to go down to import export, and then we want to go to delete images. So this is for people who have any version of an options file installed previously, or even if you don't, it's better just to do this for the safe side. So as you can see, you run through all of the options. So the strip L, strip S, team emblems, competition emblems, as I'm doing. And then if there's anything in there, you just make sure that you highlight it and you delete all of it, because this will enable or allow us the space needed to install the option file. Then you back out and you head over to your home screen, PlayStation home screen. Then you go over to the settings icon, and then down to application save data management, then into save data in system storage, and then delete. And then we find our eFootball PES 2020. And then you look specifically for the option which says edit data, and just highlight it, and then click on it, and then press delete. And then that's that done. Then you go back into the options in the game and press edit. And then it's going to ask you that, do you want to create the edit data? So we just select yes. And then we allow that to happen. And then once that's completed, we head on back to the home screen of the game, and then we want to go down to apply latest update. This is absolutely crucial, so guys, make sure you do this, and then make sure you double tick both boxes, so then you'll install the latest update file. So I'm literally just going to let it run through, so you know, so sometimes people cut things out of the video, but I'll just leave it so you guys can see exactly what's happening and what should be happening. Then you'll get a notification that live update has been applied, so it's perfect. And now we head back into edit with our newly created data, and then now we're going to start the process of installing the option file. So like I said before, you guys, some of you who may be familiar with Emerson, some of you who are not, the option file has a variety of options. So for the South American option, you can choose, I think, Peru, Mexico, Uruguay, and they include the MLS. So you choose one of those. So I went with Uruguay, and there's two versions actually of the Uruguay folder. So there's a normal one, and then there's one with 3 teams from Serie C in Brazil. So that's the option that I've gone for. And once you guys download the option file, which will be linked in the description, you will see when you open it, there's a variety of numbered folders. So for the first part of the installation, you're going to want to copy over folders 0, 1, and 2. So I know these are written in Portuguese, so that's why I'm just going to go with the numbers in the file that we've downloaded. So again, folders 0, 1, and 2. Copy those over to your memory stick. Preferably, if possible, if you guys have 3, then you can just copy because the installation is split into 3 parts. If you don't have that, it's not a problem at all. You know, you can also do it by copying it over and then deleting it and then copying the remaining data over. Sorry. So I'm actually gonna, now you should be seeing, yeah, there's an image on the screen now that you can see, and that's basically a breakdown of what should go where. So 0, 1, 2 is for the first memory stick, and then 3, so your selection from 3. So you wouldn't put 3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.2.1, 3.3, 3.4. You would pick one from the 3. So in this case, I've gone with folder 3.1, and then you would put 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, either 9 and 9.1, and then either 10, 10.1, and 10.2. So those would all go on your second memory stick. So essentially, the bulk installation process is coming from this. So again, on your first memory stick, you would put the folders 0, 1, and 2. And then on your second memory stick, you would put your choice from the third folder. So either the Uruguay with the 3 teams from Brazil Serie C, the Mexican League mixed with MLS, or Peru. And then after you've made your choice from one of those options for the folder number 3, then you have copy over folder 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you have the option of 9 is which dream team you want. So the 9.1 has 3 options of dream teams. So you can decide whatever you want. And then from 10, you decide, do you want the Japanese J League, which is folder 10. 10.1 is UAE, and folder 10.2 is Qatar. But in this instance, like I said before, I've gone with the Japanese J League. I've gone with Uruguay with the 3 teams from Serie C, and I've gone with the 3 dream team options. So, and also there'll be a screenshot now that you can see on your screen, which I'll put up, and then in that you can see exactly how my my memory stick and installation looks. So Yeah, the other in-depth video that I've done where I'm talking over Emerson Pereira, that's in depth about everything. But this one, if you copy this identical, then you would need to go with 0, 1, 2, 3.1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.1, and then folder number 10 and 11. So yeah. So now we're in our edit menu, and go down to import export, and then go to import competition. It'll ask you to select your memory stick. Just select, say yes, and then highlight all of the options which is asking you to install. So you can just press square, and then you can see all of the competitions here. So Argentina, Premier League, Champions League, etc. And then you press OK. And then it'll ask you, do you want to overwrite the image files of the same name? Just tick the box and select OK. And then it's going to start the installation process. So now you just would have seen that it gave me an error. That's absolutely fine. That does happen to people. In case you do get that same error which appeared on my screen, it's no problem. After this process is done of installing the 56 files, just go back. So say for example, like on mine, the Champions League, it said failed. Just go back, only select that individual file. So don't press square and tick everything. Just select whatever competition that it said failed, and then just and do exactly the same process again. So yeah, it's absolutely fine. It won't break anything. It's totally okay. And I'll demonstrate for that, right now. So now you can see when I did the Champions League, it had no problems at all installing. So it's perfectly normal. Don't worry, don't panic. Everything's okay. Then once that's done, go back and go to import team. Again, select your memory stick. And then select all of the files again, press square. But this is very, very important. Scroll down, because you didn't have to do this in the competition. Scroll down and untick all the TED files. So TED fix 1, 2, and 3, uncheck them. So check everything, go down, unselect those 3 boxes. This is crucial. And then proceed. Check both boxes about overwriting images and save data. And then continue. But again, guys, uncheck the TED fix, because people just press square and then they go ahead and then it causes problems. So please uncheck it and then go ahead with the next part of the installation. Now that it's completed, go back and do exactly the same thing. Install Teams, select your USB device, and now this time when the same screen opens, go down and select the TEDfix files that you had unselected previously. So don't tick any of the, it says Morocco, Algeria, etc. Don't tick that. Only go down to the bottom, select the 3 TEDfix files, and then go back up and then press continue. And then when you get to the detailed settings page, uncheck both boxes. You cannot check both boxes because it will cause errors. So make sure that you only tick the top box and then press OK. Very, very important. And then then that should finish very quickly. Finished importing. And that's the first part of the installation process done. So now we're going to move on to our second memory stick. If you don't have a second memory stick, it's fine. Plug it back into your computer, delete those 3 folders, and now copy over the next lot. So the next lot of the folders would be your choice from the folder 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, your choice from 9, and your choice from 10. Once that's all done, go back to import team, select your USB device. Oh, and that's very important as well, where it's saying when you are copying these over to your memory stick, don't just copy them over. Make sure you create a folder called WePES. I'll also spell it in the video description. Make sure you call the folder that, and then inside that folder is where you put all of the option file folders. Then go straight through, select everything. So just hit square and then proceed with the installation. So now we're going to click go to detailed settings, and then you get to the detailed settings page and you check both boxes and then you press OK. And now it will start the installation process. So then you can see just by a couple of names, as soon as the installation of this part starts, V7. So these are all teams from Chile. So with the latest transfers, they've all been updated. So yeah, really, again, outstanding work by the whole team. Then the process would have finished. You just press OK. If you've got any errors, no problem. Just make sure you take note of it. Make sure you take note of the errors, because then you can go back and reinstall that individual file. So if it said, for example, CYPES failed, it's no problem. Just go back and select CYPES in the installation detailed menu and then just reinstall it and it'll be absolutely fine. And then once it's done, head on down with the same memory stick still plugged into import competition, select your USB device, press OK, and then highlight everything. So here, this is where you can see I've chosen Japan and Uruguay. Press OK, and then press OK again, and then it'll import those competitions. And then again, you just press OK and that's done. So now your folder 11, which will have a lot of the European teams, are a majority are in there. So put in that memory stick and then head over to import teams again. Select your memory stick device. Then just hit square, so select all the files there. You can see the Belgian lead, for example. And now don't uncheck both boxes. Make sure you do not have both checked for this particular for this particular folder. So uncheck where it says apply player and squad data, only have overwriting image files of the same name. So this is crucial because this will give you the correct kits for all of the European leagues and many more. So guys, if you have, if you check both boxes and you go ahead with the process and then you have problems, you know why, you know what you did wrong. So yeah, make sure the bottom one's selected and then press OK. And now let's just let the installation process run. So again, in my instance, you would have seen that 2 of the files said fail to import. So I literally went back, as you can see, selected them individually and then just pressed reinstall. So it's perfectly okay if that happens. Don't panic, stay calm, go back, select it and then import and everything will be a-okay. And then that's the bulk of the installation of the option file done. So got through the difficult part, you can say. But we're not done yet. So if you go, for example, now you can see now, if you went into the local match and you went to play, and by the way, regardless, always have the live update turned off. When you go to local match and you press R3, make sure it's turned off, because if it's not turned off, it's going to mess up everything. Things will be missing, players will be missing, etc. So make sure you turn it off. But now, as you can see, I went into, so everything seems to be okay. But then when I went down into the Japan J League, you can see there's a team there that shouldn't be there. That's because we haven't amended the competition structure. So that's the final, you can say, most important stage. So now let's go ahead and do that. So if you see, you go into some league now and you're like, oh, there's a team and why it shouldn't be here, I've done it wrong. No, you haven't. You've not done anything wrong. It's fine. It's just that now we want to go ahead to the final process. But I just wanted to show you that if, for example, if you see a team in the wrong place, it's not your fault. It's fine. We just have to go into one more further step and amend it, because always, people say things where they don't show examples. So if you see something like this, it's, like a team from Saudi in Japan, it's okay. Let's go ahead and amend it right now. So let's go back to our edit data menu. Let that load. And then let's go back down to, back for the first time, down to competition structure. And now here you can see all of the teams individually that are in the separate leagues. So you can see AFC Champions League is here, for example. And now immediately I've gone to the J League and you can see I'm replacing the teams that should be in the right places. So for example, Seoul was there, they're from Korea. I think that was Tawan and Al Shahaba from there. They're both from Saudi Arabia. So then just replicate it so it looks exactly like mine. And then you will know that everything is correct. And in the option file, you will see after folder 11, effectively what that is saying is organization of the teams. So in there, Emerson has given a full breakdown of, depending on what league you went with, how the structure should look like. So for us, we are only interested in the Uruguay photo and then the J League photo. So you can see right at the bottom it says Liga Uruguay J League. So once you go in there, if there's anything that you're not sure about after this video ends and you're like, oh, you want to double check, in there is an individual screenshot of every single screen in the competition structure of how it should look. So what team should be in which league, etc., etc. Or of course you can also refer to my video. Now let's go to our, we should have actually done this first, to be fair, the draw size. So make sure the draw size for the Bundesliga is 18, then you have Uruguay 16, and then the J League 18 as well. That's very, very important, because if we don't do this, we're going to have extra teams in the wrong places. So that's something that we definitely want to avoid. And then that's pretty much it, guys. So that's the full installation process. Make sure that you double check all of the leagues and they have the appropriate teams. So I know off the top of my head, Bundesliga requires rearranging, J League requires rearranging. So yeah, that's what I would say is the best thing to do to make sure that everything is exactly how you would expect it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks a lot for watching. I wanted to thank Emerson for allowing me to do this collaboration with him. I appreciate it a lot. If you guys have any questions, English, Portuguese, what else do I get? People ask me in Italian as well. I got one, no problem. Just write it. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know. And yeah, that's it, guys. So definitely like, comment, subscribe. You can see this is a new channel. We're doing this in collaboration with Emerson, so we're going to work closely together. I'm going to be putting up gameplay using his option file. That's all of the gameplay you're going to see is only going to be using his option file. And make sure in the video, which is linked in the description, which is in Portuguese, that has all the full credits of everybody's work. So it's absolutely crucial that you guys go there after you've watched this, just to get, also for you to see how many options there is, but also so you can see the guys who have put in the work. Some of them have social media. You can hit them up, let them know that you appreciate them, because like I said, these guys do it for nothing. They don't ask for nothing. They don't expect nothing. So I think that it's only right that you make sure that you show your appreciation for them. So this is the best option file out there, period. I don't care what anyone says. This is free as well. Yeah, guys, so let me know any queries that you have. Hit me up, and yeah, stay safe. Stay safe during these difficult periods that we're all living in. So till next time, guys, peace.